Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all ready for the new day and week ahead. Today, we're talking about practical ways to sustain your plumbing business. In fact, any business, you can use these practical ways that we'll be discussing, and you can really implement it in any form of any business. Okay, so let's get this ball rolling. What does sustainability mean? Now, it's not just putting your best effort forward to keep the earth alive. It's a lot more than that. So, Zeit said sustainability is no longer about doing less harm. It's about doing more good. Now, you need to find ways in this very fast world of how to keep your business alive. That's sustainability. It's keeping alive. SMEs in South Africa make up more than 98% of businesses in the country. Now, you and I, we are the job creators and the reason why the economy is actually still alive. It's therefore super important that we keep our businesses alive. But now, what does business need to sustain operations? What does a business need to actually stay alive? Now, there's 4 things that I want to share with you. The first one is money. Now, who doesn't need money, right? And there's various places where you can find money. I mean, you can go to the bank, you can make a loan, you can find investors, you can take some of your own savings. But remember, today we're talking about sustaining a business, is keeping a business alive. It's not really starting a business. So when you are in business already, your source of income, your source of money should really come from current operations or your sales. Now, if you find that you work very hard, but you don't have any money, the money is not enough that's coming in and you can't pay everything you need to pay, there is something wrong with your revenue model. Either you are not bringing in enough sales to cover your expense, or your cost is too high, or you simply are charging too little. Fact of the matter is, your source of income, the money that you are using to sustain your business, should be coming from your sales. If you continuously need to put more money into your business from your own savings, or you need to go and do a job somewhere else or something else to take that money to put into your business, then there is also something fundamentally wrong. You have to look into that. It is important for a business to have cash flow to be able to sustain itself. The next thing you need is people. Now, if you are your entire staff complement, means you are the only person working in your business, then your business will only stay alive as long as you are alive. Now, that is also only if you can keep the other requirements of a sustainable business going. It means you have all 3 then of the 4 of the needs that a business would need to stay in operations. But now you don't need just any people. You need the right people. People who share your values and your beliefs, and who will understand and follow your vision and your mission that you've set in place for your business. Now, those people need to have the right skill set. It is very important that you would find the right balance between having people that's got the right skill set and the right attitude. You are winning if you have someone that's motivated and a very good team player and has got the right attitude, but they don't necessarily have the skill. That would mean that you would have to train them. And don't think of skill just only as the plumber who needs to do the plumbing work. You need to think about the people who's doing the admin and the logistics people who's doing the accounting. All those people need to have the right skill. But it's useless if they've got excellent skill, but they don't have the right attitude and they're not motivated and they're not team players and they don't understand your vision and your mission. So you need to find the right combination of person to work in your business, to help your business stay in operations, to be sustainable, to stay alive. And the last thing you would need to keep your business in operations is then business knowledge. Now, I've seen this in my line of work. You as a business owner must understand how business works. Otherwise, your business, you're going to find it really hard to keep your business alive. Having the skill of doing what you are doing, your core business, is not enough to keep yourself in business. You need business knowledge. You need to understand how business works. Now, let me explain it this way. If you've got kids, you'll understand this very well. When that baby was born, mom and dad and the wife or the husband said to you, please just keep this baby alive. So how do you keep the baby alive? You feed the baby. You change the nappy. You need to keep the baby warm, but not too warm and not too cold. You need to dress the baby. Be careful with the tiny arms and legs. They break very easily. Bath the baby. Don't let it drown. Love the baby. Care for the baby. Play with the baby. It needs to learn social skills. Talk to the baby. It needs to learn language and communication. And then this little baby grows. So then you need to support the baby to sit up and teaches the baby to play by itself. And then the baby must go to kindergarten and school. And then there's sport and extracurricular activities, and then learning to read and write and maths along the way. And you need to teach the baby the difference between what is wrong and what is right. I'm sure you get my drift. Now, I'm talking to the grown-ups in the house. Can you do this all by yourself? Did you know how to do all these things just from instinct? Well, unless you're Chuck Norris's mom, your answer is probably no. Keeping your business alive is like keeping the baby alive. You need business knowledge, you need the skill, and you need help. And that's what I'd like to share with you today. Ways to keep your business alive. And there's 5 practical ways that I'd love to share with you. And the first one is develop a strong customer service and approach. Now, how do we do that? You have to listen to your customer. Take the time to listen to the customer's concerns and needs. Understand what the question wants, and you do a customer want, and that you do by asking the questions to gain a better understanding of the issue and provide solutions that meet their needs. Be honest and transparent about the services you provide and the cost associated with them. It is very important to be open and honest and transparent with a customer. You'll find that when you go through a process where something does actually go wrong, the customers are a lot more appreciative of the situation, and you'll find that you can more easily manage the situation. Then follow up with the customer. Keep telling them as the process goes along. Before maybe the job is 50% done, you explain it to them or tell them, we're waiting for this, we're waiting for that, we're going to do this next. And when the job is complete, make sure they are satisfied with the work. Ask the question. We sometimes in the business world, I like to promote customer surveys. It doesn't have to be formal. It can really just be a face-to-face question or two, asking of how did they find the job, how did the process work for them, what would they like to have seen differently, or what would they think would have made it better. And then be available for the customer. Maybe they want more information. Maybe they'd like to discuss some other issues. You might find that they thought that this was an excellent job, and they'd like to share that with you. Or they actually want you to do some more work for them. Now, if you are not available, you will not know, and that opportunity will fly out the window. Now, Sam Walton said, there's only one boss, and that's the customer. And he can fire everybody in the company, from the chairman on down, simply by spending his money somewhere else. If the money is not coming in, how will you pay? The second thing is keeping up with industry trends and best practices. So how do we do that? You attend industry conferences and seminars. You can learn a heck of a lot by going to those seminars. It might sound like a little bit boring, but there's a lot that you can learn there. You can meet a lot of people, and it is a very good idea for you people also to know that you are in the industry and you are taking it very seriously. Read the trade magazines and online publications. You will find a lot of new developments, new industry trends, maybe new products on the market, methods that you will find, actually you will learn from it the first time probably in the magazines and online publications. Join professional organizations and associations. Well, I want to say to you, congratulations, you've done that already. You've joined IOPSA, which is a professional organization and an association and a body in your industry. Make sure that you go to the website, that you learn about what they can do for you, because there's a lot. And then that will also give you an opportunity to participate in online forums and discussion groups. Very important, because that is where you make your connections with other industry people in the industry, not necessarily just plumbers, but also businesses and people offering a supplementary service. You probably would find suppliers there. Then continuously educate yourself. Don't think that you've done your course and you know enough and love can carry on and you will sustain your business. Remember, this is what we're talking about, is keeping your business alive, is sustaining the business, not let it die in the first 2 years, and not even 10 years. You want to let it carry on 40 years maybe. Network with other plumbers and industry professionals. Now, this is almost a given if you can get the other actions going, if you can get to the conferences, seminars. Don't just walk in there and walk out. Mingle, talk to the people, have your business card ready. This is also where you will get to learn new people in the industry, maybe people where you can actually offer them some advice or be of assistance to them, because it's not always about getting, it is also about giving. Then utilize your social media to stay up to date on industry news. Make sure that you understand what's going on in the market, and follow the industry leaders and influencers on social media. They are normally the first people who know about the new methods and the trends and the fancy and the nice products. And it's a very good thing. If you are connected, then you will also stay in the loop. John Chambers said, at least 40% of all businesses will die in the next 10 years. That is, if they don't figure out how to change their entire company to accommodate new technologies. You're going to find those new technologies when you connect and keep up with industry trends and best practices. Third point, maintain a safe and clean work environment. I'm probably preaching to the converted here. But how do we do that? Glasses. And we clean up any messes immediately, including spills, debris, and tools. Dispose of any hazardous material properly. Keep the work area well ventilated. Use non-slip mats or tape on the floor to prevent slips and falls. Use a ladder or other appropriate equipment when working at heights. I should technically not be telling you this, because I'm absolutely convinced this is something that you have learned in the process and that you've actually found in practice to be effective if you can keep your area safe and clean. The fact of the matter is that this is a very serious thing that you would have to implement in your business, not only just to keep your business alive, but actually keep your staff alive and keep the customer off your back and yourself out of court. So it's very important that you should be keeping a safe and clean environment. You shouldn't be doing it to stay out of court. It shouldn't be out of feeling the obligation to not let anything bad happen. Remember, we said sustainability is not doing less of a bad thing, it's doing more of a good thing. Now, there's a saying that goes, if there is smoke, there is fire. When accidents are happening, don't assume it is a once-off event. Take note, investigate and analyze the situation, make corrections and manage the risk. And if you need to, make new safety rules for your people. Every accident is a notice that something is wrong with either the men or the method or the material. Okay. The fourth point, invest in quality tools and equipment. Now, why do we need that? A plumber should invest in quality tools and equipment to ensure that their work is done safely and efficiently. It's the quality and the tools, the quality of the tools and the equipment that will last longer, provide better performance, and help to reduce the risk of injury. It will also help to ensure that the job is done correctly the first time. It will save you time and money in the long run. Ultimately, having those tools and equipment will make your job easier and safer and result in increased productivity and profitability. From a business point of view, for you to be productive will mean that you will have to manage things a little tighter than what you normally would do, because productivity has got to do with time. Profitability comes with being productive. It comes with being a good steward of business and of how you conduct your business. So it's very important, if you use the right tools, you use quality tools. That's not necessarily going to break while you're busy doing. Imagine you using a pliers that's a cheap pickup. It might break, or it might not work as properly as you would want it to, and that can potentially prolong the job, and it will take longer to finish, and the productivity out the door and profitability altogether with it. So Abraham Maslow said, when the only tool you own is a hammer, every problem begins to resemble a nail. Imagine that. The fifth point and the last point of keeping your business alive is build a strong network of reliable suppliers. Now, why would you need that? Well, a plumber should build a strong network of reliable suppliers in order to access the best materials and tools necessary to complete the job to the highest of standards. If you have a strong network, that will ensure quality material and tools, and it will be available whenever you need it. Now, this helps with efficiency of completing the job. It reduces the delays and it meets customer deadlines. And it will help to develop a great reputation amongst your customers, and it will keep your customer happy. It's very important to build that connection with your supplier. If you consider the opposite of having a connection with a not so reliable supplier, you will very soon understand why you need that good supplier, the guy you can trust and rely on. You will have your tools or your material in time. It will have the correct quantity for you. They will do exactly what they said they'll do. They'll deliver, or they will have it available, friendly service. Now, Stephen Covey wrote, in a very real sense, there are only two roles in organizations, customers and suppliers. Everybody functions simultaneously in both roles. whether inside or outside the organization. And the essence of good business, therefore, is the quality of the relationship between the customer and the supplier. You are a customer of your supplier, and you are the supplier to your customer. Just keep that in mind. It's very important that you would also get a good quality service and product from your supplier in order for you to be a good supplier to your customer. Now, let's quickly recap the 5 practical things you can do to make and keep your business sustainable. There it is. You can read it. You might not be able to implement all 5 actions straight up. But if you can at least start with one, just one of these 5 things, you will already have a great impact on the life of your business. It's very important that you would pick just one, and go and run with it, and take a note, make a screenshot, listen to the recording again, but find a way to implement these 5 things. You will be able to keep your business stay alive a little longer. Are there any questions?
They currently aren't any questions.
Byron, Linda, I just want to touch on something that you raised there with regards to tools. I had we lodged a claim for a geyser replacement over the December period. And let me tell you something, how underwhelmed I was with regards to the contract that was sent out by the insurance company. Coming with a DIY drill, trying to drill into burnt bricks was taking him forever. Eventually had to lend him a drill. They completed the installation, and I went out and had a look at it, and I said to them, is this level? Now they put the 200-litre geyser on brackets, and they were, yes, it's adamant, it is level. I said, okay, let me go get a straight edge, and I've got 3 levels in the garage, and it was found to be out by 20 odd millimeters, and I started again. So again, it reiterates back to the tools. Sometimes, like I said to the guy that was here, I said to him, you're trusting a level, but you don't trust your eye. And not going back and looking at the job before they'd finished. They'd done 2 trips to the hardware store because they'd left some stuff behind. So again, when you have a look at that from the sense of being a customer, you look at it and you think, wow, so underwhelmed, unprepared. It's just, the quality of the tools that they had, the way in which they carried out the job just leaves you underwhelmed. And I think that, that's not all plumbers, because, investing in those tools and everything else is key critical to getting that job done in the time that was specified. This job should have taken them 4 hours. They were here for nearly 7 hours. So, investing in tools, the right equipment and the right processes is certainly going to stand you one cut above everybody else.
Absolutely. Very true. It's a very good example. Thanks, Steve.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for adding that on, Steve. And thank you, Linda, for joining us this morning. Is there anything final you'd like to add, Linda?
No, I just want to say you guys must enjoy your week. We're well into the new year. And if anybody needs some more advice on business, please just give me a WhatsApp or call me or email me. I am there and ready to help and assist.
All right. Thank you very much.